amazing place that we get to be a part of. It's an incredible organization and a fantastic learning environment that we get to live in and day out. And better than that, your children get to learn and be exposed to fantastic opportunities every single day here at the British International School of Houston. Welcome to Back to School Night. Thank you for braving the rain. My name is Dr. Liso, and I am the head of middle school here.
And good evening, everybody. My name is Mr. Murphy, and I'm head of high school. I know lots of you already, and look forward to meeting the rest of you that I haven't spoken to quite yet. Absolutely fantastic things on the field there, and really depicts what our students do and what they experience every single day. For me, there was one thing that really stood out there, and that was a sentence. That sentence was, learners at the heart of everything we do in school. Really resonates with me and really depicts what we do on a daily basis. Now, in terms of tonight, there are three things that I'm going to touch on that you'll hopefully take away from you with tonight. First of all, our vision for each of the phases of the school. Yes, they are distinctly different in terms of the middle and the high school, and we're going to share some of those visions, and we're also going to share some of the similarities that link our phases of school together. In addition to that, later on, after our 20-minute episode, we will be breaking out into the department areas so you can get a real idea and really experience what the students experience every single day. And then number three, what you'll also get is an idea of the support. The support that is provided by our school and the support and collaboration that we work together in order to make our students even better and to enable them to grow and progress sensationally well. So as an individual, I'm incredibly excited about tonight and the things that we are going to share. There are some major similarities across the school. There are also some differences across the phases of school. And we absolutely own that. And we own that because the students have different developmental stages of their educational career, and we react and tailor each phase of the school in order to get the best possible outcomes for those. So, without further ado, I'll hand over to Dr. Lisa to talk about the middle school.
And in our preparation for tonight, Mr. Kane, our fantastic director of curriculum, and Mr. Murphy and myself were thinking about, well, this 20-minute presentation, what do we most want you to walk away from, take away with? And so we were thinking, how can we make the complicated simple? And in a nutshell, here's what we came up with. In middle school, we create the best possible learners, ready for anything in their futures. And then,
the students go into high school, and we use those best possible learners to create the best possible outcomes out of graduating outcomes in school. And we're absolutely passionate about that. And one thing that does link all those different phases of school together is our learning programme. And Dr. Liso and myself are going to talk about our learning programme as the DNA that runs absolutely throughout our schools, not just through middle school and into high school to link those phases together, but from our earliest programme, through primary, through middle school, and right into our high school, where again we create the best possible outcomes.
So, the best possible learners. How do you go about this? Well, I had a fantastic opportunity to work with some of you parents, some students, and some teachers to craft the middle school vision statement last year. And as you can see on the board here, it is an exciting statement about the dynamic approach to learning that goes on in the middle school. Over the summer, I had to think, could we make that even more concise? And so I came up with this mission statement that learners are fully immersed in transformative experiences. For any of you with middle school age students, you know that middle school is a time of change. They're transitioning, they're developing emotionally, mentally, physically, in all aspects. There's an incredible transformation. So working with you and the school, our goal is that that transformation can result in them being the best possible learners. Mr. Murphy mentioned our DNA, our learning program. Here in the middle school, I prefer to think of it a little bit differently, and the best learning experience more than just a program. You see there's 5 core elements about that, and there will be different information sessions throughout the year going into greater detail on each of those. But I'll give you a brief overview of how they look at middle school. But most importantly, and Mr. Murphy referred to this as the takeaway from the video, right at the center is the learner. And we show that through the learner-leader profile. And so that is at the heart, the core of all that we do here at the British International School. And so those 5 aspects of our learning program, our learning experience here in middle school, are all a vital contributor to the learning and the development of our young people. Academics, hugely important. We have a fantastic concept-based curriculum with an inquiry approach to learning. And it's a dynamic opportunity for students to own their own learning journey and craft that and drive that for themselves. We have an enrichment program that extends, adds to, and enriches the learning that's going on in the classroom. That happens both in the Tuesdays and Thursdays with the last period of the day, as well as all of our fantastic trips and visits. Well-being. How do we create the best possible learners? Well, part of that is ensuring that we're taking care and helping them develop socially and emotionally. Our CCA program offers a breadth of opportunities for our students to take risks, to learn to fail, to become risk takers, and to develop themselves as leaders as well, to try that breadth of opportunities. And of course, here being a part of Lord Anglia, we have the relationships with our global partnerships. UNICEF, Juilliard, MIT, and we're going to be developing those. But even more than that, right here in Katy and in Houston, there's all kinds of local partnerships that can really add value and contribute to the learning of our middle school students. So that in a nutshell is our learning program, how we set about going out and creating the best possible learners ready for the next step in their future. I want to share also a couple highlights of some of the things that are taking place specifically in middle school this year. One is the Parent Advisory Group. I saw a few of you walking in who are a part of the Parent Advisory Group last year. Fantastic experience for me to meet with a small group of parents 4 different times a year with one primary goal: to move our middle school program from good to great and beyond. And with that focus, we made some real progress, and I'm looking for some more people to join us to be a part of that. And you hopefully saw my email a couple weeks ago. Applications are due this Friday if you want to be a part of that Parent Advisory Group. We introduced the Year 7 Settling In Conversations, an opportunity, yes, to see how your child is setting in, but more than that, for you to share with the form tutor how they can best be empowered to make the biggest difference in the learning of your middle school child. We have taken on some feedback on our reports, and we're looking to redesign our end-of-year report to really make it a robust, clear, and informative summary of the learning journey that your child has had throughout the year. And then, as Mr. Kane emailed, we are now running the MAP test for all of our students. Just another tool in our toolbox to help ensure that great progress happens for each and every one of your children, the learners in our school. And this last one that I want to touch on briefly, the Student Impact Report. And it's designed just that, to have an incredible impact on their learning. High school has been doing it this past year. This year we're introducing a middle school version of that with the goal of empowering the students to drive their learning journey. It starts, or they'll be beginning this week, and then they'll do it 3 times during the year, leading up to the parent-teacher-student conferences and the end of the year reflection. It starts with them reflecting in each and every one of their subjects about themselves as a learner. Thinking about them as a leader, the leader-learner profile, using some of that language. Thinking about the terms of the effective learning descriptors. Once they've reflected in each of their subjects, they will then have the opportunity to set targets, specific measurable goals that will help them drive their learning forward. So I'm excited about the year ahead, about developing and working with all of you so we can have the greatest impact on your child's learning. And remember, at the heart of it, what we're trying to do is to create the best possible learners so that they are ready and we can have the best possible outcomes when they move up to high school.
Thank you, Dr. Liso. So as we enter into high school, I'd like to use some of those examples that Dr. Liso talked about and make sure that everybody leaves tonight with two things. A real sense of what we do in the school. And secondly, how we communicate, share and celebrate how the students' growth and progress operates across the school. Now, as you look behind, we've also got a vision statement for high school. Just behind me here, and it says, the international high school that adds the most significant value to all students across the complete learning programme, regardless of their entry point, their historical location, or where they've travelled from on their educational pathway. It's incredibly important to us, and we're absolutely committed to every single student making that progress. We're committed to adding value for every single student. There were some great examples from middle school on our learning programme, and that continues into high school. And we can stand here for hours and hours talking about all those incredible experiences and how they help the individual to grow. What I'm going to do tonight, in terms of clarity, is talk about the academic outcomes of the students and what we've got coming in high school this year in order again to represent, share and communicate that amazing progress they made. That in essence this year is our new high school transcript. Now you'll see it over there on your right hand side and the right hand side of the screen. That high school transcript really looks at the 4-year journey over the course of our high school. We historically have had a transcript that depicted the GCSE results and the IB results. Just 2 points in time. And that doesn't fit into the local community. That doesn't fit into the culture we're in the United States. The transcript is of paramount importance when you're applying to American universities. It's also really important for us to illustrate and communicate to you guys the journey that the students been on. You will see up there is nothing that changes in terms of our everyday operations. The teachers will still assess every day. They will assess perhaps more formally 3 times a year, and those assessments that happen on our 3 12-week cycles are what will populate the transcript. Again, it reflects our student journey. You can see there the graphic that we've got that we share with you once every 12 weeks. That offers a snapshot as to how the students are doing right now. And in tandem with our student impact reports, allows the students to see where they can make further progress and where they can grow on their academic programme. So over the course of any given year, those 3 points in time will populate that first year of their high school transcript. And so it goes on throughout the 4 years. Now, you can see that on our high school transcript, just very visually there, you'll see that as we detail all of the learning programs that take place and all of those reports and graphics that come out to you, we will be pre-populating those areas. When those areas are pre-populated, we of course take an average, and that gives you a general idea of how you will do it over the course of the year and that particular area of the school. If you look over there at the right-hand side again, what will students leave with from this? What will they leave with at the end of their 4-year programme? Now in essence, depending on when they leave, they will leave with 4 things. And you can see there at the top, there are 2 externally validated outcomes that they will leave with. Their GCSE examinations and certificates, and their IB examinations and certificates. In addition to that, students will now leave with a 4-year high school transcript. Something again which really depicts their journey throughout the school. What's really important to mention with our transcript is yes, students will still do mock assessments. They'll still do mid-course assessments. They will still do those formal assessments, but they will operate as a satellite around our 4-year transcript. And we do that really clearly because we don't want any of those things to act as a limiting factor. We want to make sure that we represent our students in the most honest and positive way. Our job is exactly the same as your job. We want exactly the same as all of you. We want all of our students to go to those aspirational destinations that they really want to get to. And part of our job is giving them that platform to succeed in reaching those destinations. And so that 4-year transcript is another mechanism, something else we can use as a platform to assist them and enable them to get to those aspirational destinations. So in essence, what we'd like you to take away from tonight is the fact that that 4-year transcript will really allow us to communicate the progress they're making and a flight path over the course of those 4 years. It will also allow us to communicate and represent them when they're making applications to universities or further educational institutes. It's a really exciting time for us. Now, as I talk about the communication of those transcripts to institutes, it gives us a nice segue into talking about the communication and the clarity of that over the course of the year. For middle school and high school, we offer a range of different communication touchpoints. It's incredibly important to us. communication in middle and high school, we believe, is a two-way process. It's a partnership. It's an opportunity for us to get the feedback from you and continue to engage in that. And there have been some great wins with regards to that, and we've taken on some great feedback. And you'll see the plethora of things up there, including our head of school drop-ins, which will continue to operate on Friday. They're incredibly successful, and we've had great feedback through those. This year we released the year level parent calendars at middle and high school. Again, some great feedback come back from those. Really operates with real clarity now in each phase of the school. Student impact reports run through middle school and high school now, offering us an opportunity to have striking impact, offering students an opportunity to grow and develop within their academic learning programme. The heads of year, and I know a lot of you will have attended these, have already run at least one coffee morning. Again, sharing information, communicating and getting that feedback from yourselves as a parent community. Now there's two things that we really want to draw close attention to. Over the course of the next half term, we're going to be releasing a middle school and high school Twitter account. That's to make sure those informal touch points, those informal bits of communication, the things that you can really only capture through a visual, are captured throughout the day at school. The things that the students are doing and the experiences they're gaining from that complete learning program is really captured on that Twitter feed for you. And then to complement that, we're going to be really clear. Any formal letters that come out will come out on a Wednesday in middle and high school. They won't come out every Wednesday, and we want to be absolutely clear with that. Because we want to make sure that when we say something, you guys know it's really important, and you're going to get that information through to you. It could come out from a tutor, it could come out from a head of department or a head of year, it could come out from us as the head of school. But we are committed absolutely to making sure we operate with clarity in terms of our communication. So the Twitter feed will happen day by day, almost hour by hour in some cases. And then to complement that, the formal communications that we send out will come out on a Wednesday.
And as always, we have an open door policy. You're always welcome to come, set up a time where we can work together for the benefit of your son or daughter and their learning in this wonderful organization. I know you're eager to get out into the neighborhoods. Those who came in late, don't worry, this has been recorded. You can watch that. Thanks for braving the weather. A little bit of clarity, you can see up there, there are 15-minute slots, 10-minute sessions with kind of a 5-minute transition time. All of the sessions in all of the neighborhoods will be repeated all 6 times. So go and see all the ones that you have highlighted or noted in all of the different neighborhoods. Keep in mind, a couple of the departments, performing arts, physical education, sometimes they get forgotten. Go visit them. They have some fantastic presentations prepared for you as well. You can also see that the IB area is open. All of the things tonight will finish right at 8:30. We wish you a very safe drive home when you leave. And be reminded once again, here at the Christian National School in middle school, we are creating the best possible learners.
And from those best possible learners, we take them on board at high school in order to create the best possible outcomes. Thank you very much for coming tonight, guys. We'll be around to speak to you afterwards if you want to come speak to us. Have a great evening. Okay.